morning. This is Desiree, and today is a little bit of a show and tell. I have a few vintage Sheaffer pens, as I mentioned in other videos, that my dad had collected over the years. I think they're mostly from the 60s, but I am a total newbie, especially with vintage pens. So I'm going to put them out there, and maybe somebody else has some comments or knows something more about them. The ones that I decide to keep, I am going to have restored. They all need to be restored. The little sacks on the inside, you know, after being 50 years old, they're all brittle or disintegrated, or or just not functional. But the variety of them have some nice nibs. They seem to be really good writing instruments, and I have a few favorites already. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my least favorite pens, and maybe that's just because, I haven't had experience. I'm just going on my own little, preferences from this short amount of time that I've played with them and researched them. So we'll start with the first two. This little set of pens, these are all Snorkel pens, and they open them up, and they have a little snorkel that comes out here, and you pull that out and you put it into the ink, and it sucks up the ink, and I kind of didn't do that right, but then you retract it and it pulls back down, and then you have a pen that has that's filled with ink. So there are 3 of the Snorkels that I received. I think all of these are, well, actually this is a 14 karat gold nib. The other ones are steel nibs. So I'll put those there. The next ones here are lever fill pens. There are 2 of those. One of them, the lever seems to come up all right, but the little sacks in there, I think, are just disintegrated on both. So those need to be restored if we are going to use those. I think these are both steel nibs. So there's a couple lever fill. The next set of pens, I believe, are dolphins. At least this one is, and it's a really cool looking pen. It looks like it's a 14 karat, but it doesn't have the 14 karat stamped on it like the other 14 karat gold nibs. I just wanted to do one more little clip of this dolphin, because I forgot to really show you why it was called a dolphin. If you turn it sideways, it looks like a little dolphin face with his little snout and head. So anyway, I thought that was really interesting. What I found out about this pen, though, is that it should be a cartridge pen, but the little screw part got stuck in the wrong part of the body. So I can use it as an eyedropper right now, but it will definitely need to be fixed. This is just a picture of how it looks with the screw stuck on the wrong part compared to the screw in the right place on this other cartridge filler that you're going to see coming up right now. This other one, I'm really not sure. I'm just going by, it's got kind of a similar shape, but it doesn't have the full design on it. It doesn't have that full pattern on it. Anybody knows a little more about that one? Please let me know. And then my other favorites are called touchdowns. And they're kind of like vacuum fill, but they're a little bit different. They all need to be restored. They need their little, inner rubber sacks replaced. But they're really cool pens. These are all 14 karat gold nibs. I think fine, and they write really nice. The blue one and the green one have this transparent, it's kind of dark, but it's a transparent amber plastic right here so that you can actually see the ink in it when it's full. So those are really cool. I have been dipping the nibs in ink and trying things out, and these are both really smooth writers. I'll show you that in a second. And these, the way they work is you open up the back, and it's, like I said, it's really similar to a vacuum fill, but they're called touchdowns. And you push it in, you put the ink, the nib into the ink, and it, you know, sucks up into the sack, if I understand right. So those are really nice. I really want to get these restored. There's a blue one, like I said, there is a green one, and I believe this is gold fill on the outside, and 14 karat gold nib. Hope you can see those all right. And again, it has the amber, translucent amber right here. And also something interesting that I found is that this one, which other one? There's one other one. Oh, this one and this one, this little white dot on them. And I think those were like a full guaranteed, you know, replacement, you know, of the lifetime of the pen. That's what it seemed like it meant. So this one also is a touchdown, different shape nib. This one I think got a little bit damaged. This nib seems like it got a little bent, and it's a little bit misshapen right there. But I dipped it in the ink, and it also writes really well. It's also a 14 karat gold nib. I don't believe this one is translucent. This one looks like a solid black, but it also works. Oh, actually, I'm mistaken. I think this one is an actual vacuum fill pen, and I don't want to pull it out completely and break it. But this one also is really a cool pen, and I want to get that one restored also. So, so there's a look at all of them. I'm going to do a little bit of a writing sampling just by dipping. This is Tomoe River paper, and I sure hope that I have everything in focus here. So I'm just going to do a little dip on these. They're really nice pens. So this is the green touchdown. It is really smooth. All of the ones that I've tried are really smooth. I didn't try all of the steel nibs, but all of the 14 karat gold nibs are so smooth. These look to be pretty fine, but they write, you know, it seems like they write kind of medium. They are so smooth. These, I don't have any other 14 karat gold nib pens, so I'm finding these to be just, you know, slide smooth. So I'm gonna have to find somebody, you know, to do the restoration for me. I'm excited. But these are just really, really nice, the way they write. So that's that one. But we needed a little bit more towel here. That's a favorite for sure. This is the blue one, again with the amber
grip.
This also seems to be a fine nib, and it is also really smooth. They write very similar. So if anybody has more information about these pens, if anyone is interested in any, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of them. I don't think I'll keep all of them. Like I said, I like these touchdowns and I like the dolphin. So if anybody has any interest in the snorkels or levers, leave me a comment. But yeah, this one's really nice too. I'll have to clean those up a little bit more later. And this last one I am going to just try out a little bit. Here is the true vacuum fill, as far as I know, if I have that right. This one is a fine point. It's definitely finer than the others. This is the one that I think maybe got a little damaged. It looks like it's a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, a little bit bent up, and I could see if I looked really close that there's a little bit of a difference in those two tines. I think one of them, I think somebody was working on it, but it writes really nice. Despite that, it's a very fine point. As you can see, it's quite a bit finer than the other two. A little bit. Let's see. Really nice writer. So I hope this one can be restored in a good way, and if the nib needs a little bit of work, I hope that will happen. I really want to keep it. That's really nice. So those are my 3 favorites. Actually, those are 3 of the 4 favorites. I forgot to mention, I'm gonna close this before I spill it. This was Robert Oster, Lake of Fire, by the way. And the other one that I really like is this one, the dolphin. And like I said, I used it as an eyedropper fill for now. But it is also a medium point, I think. Writes like one, and it also writes really smoothly. And I really like the style of it. I'm sorry about the background noise. Hope it's not too loud. So yeah, just really enjoying these new old vintage pens. So I hope you enjoyed this little show and tell. Again, if you have any comments about any of these, if you know something about them, if you're interested in some of these that I probably won't be keeping, leave me a comment below. And I think that's all for now, and I will see you on the next one.